Hello, everybody. It's Miss Tracy here of Miss Tracy Creates, and happy Friday. I hope that you're ready for this weekend. I always look forward to the weekend. I'm sure that you do too. And Fridays are always a fun day here at the shop because it's Craft and Chat Day. So I'm happy to be here this morning with you. And I would love for you guys to just say hello as you come in and maybe tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from. It's always fun to see where everybody is at. So welcome to Craft and Chat this morning, everyone. Let me make sure that we're showing up okay. Also, let me check my volume. All right. Yeah, we're going to have a little fun today. I'm going to be playing with some paper crafting. We're going to do a little paper crafting, but I'm also going to be playing with some napkins. I think it's just a great time of year to remind you guys there's so many things you can do with your napkin art and include it in your paper crafting. So whether that's scrapbooking, card making, treat packaging, all the things, right? There's so many things that we can do. If you love to paper craft, you need to be incorporating napkins into your paper crafting. It's always so much fun. All right, let's see who all is out there this morning. Candy's watching. I know she's from Texas. Pat's watching from Midland, Texas. Barbara from Connecticut. Hi, Barbara. Melinda's watching from Texas. Hi, Terry. Hi, Candace. Hi, Tony. Sharon's watching from Great Falls, Montana. Awesome. Hi, Gail. Gail's watching from Wisconsin. You got all your grandkids this weekend. Well, that'll really be probably a fun and tiring weekend for you. Sue's watching from Tennessee. Hello. Patty's watching from Pennsylvania. Hi, Patty. Hi, Donna. Hi, Yvonne's watching from Texas. Robin's watching from Louisiana. Good morning, gals. Hi, Marlou. Bonda is here from Nebraska. Hello. Good morning, Deborah. Hi, Susie. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. Diana's watching from Arkansas. Awesome. Dorothy also from Wisconsin. Donna from Michigan. Priscilla from New York. Awesome. Cheryl from North Carolina. Oh, I love it. Ella from Georgia. I could just sit here and do this the whole craft and chat if y'all want. Judy from Kansas. Good morning. Good morning, Sandra from New Jersey. Good morning, Candace from California. Lynn from Texas. Becky, good morning. Dolores from Idaho. Marlou from Oklahoma. Is anybody keeping track with how many states we've hit? Good morning, Connie from Alabama. Good morning, Donna from Southern California. Cheryl from Connecticut. Carol from New York. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Okay. Maryland, MD. That's Maryland, right? Good morning, Denise. Let's see. Paula from North Carolina. Yeah, the list could go on and on. Pat from Michigan. Martha from South Carolina. Tennessee. I saw Tennessee real fast. Okay, they're coming on so fast I can't keep up. Annette from Ohio, Massachusetts. Hi, Christine. All right, awesome. Well, we have people from watching all over, and that always it's just exciting to me. That is one thing that I have to say I really love about social media, because we can all stay connected and we don't even live in, next door to each other, right? So it's pretty cool that we can all stay connected and with other creatives and crafters and makers. That's really a fun thing. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. I have a couple of quick, just kind of chat type announcements. And this one's really important. I'm going to pop it up here on the screen because Mystery Makers Workshop is tonight. It is tonight. If you have not signed up, there's still time. You can still sign up to join us. It's only $1. This is a thank you event. We're having a fun thank you event. It was just a way to celebrate you guys following me here on Facebook. We topped over 100,000 followers and wanted to do something fun. So calling it the Mystery Makers Workshop. It's going to happen tonight at 7 o'clock Central. Once you sign up, I'm going to email, I'll send an email out later this, well, probably around mid-afternoon, our final email that I will email you the class link. You'll just click on that link to enter into our online classroom tonight. And also the supply list of the items that we're using. The project we're making is a surprise. Shh, it's a surprise. I will tell you that it's super cute and functional. It's something that any crafter would love to have in their craft room. Okay. Yes, it is a functional thing. I am using my Create mini bundle of napkins. So I am using those, or you can use any napkins in your stash. Okay. So yeah, it's tonight. I can't believe it's already here. I'm so excited about it. Susan Lyles is going to be joining me as well. She is our customer service manager as well as a community manager in a couple of our groups. And so she's going to be crafting with me tonight. It's always fun to do things together. So I'm really excited about it. If for some reason you cannot watch tonight, but you paid your $1, right? It's okay because there will be a replay. So as long as you have your classroom link, that's all you need to do to click into that to watch the replay. We're going to leave the replay up for probably about 30 days or so. Okay? Yes. Oh, Leanne counted 24 states. Did you count the ones I didn't even get to? Okay, we got to get that number up to 50, 51. We got to get that number up. Actually, that's amazing. That's amazing that many states are here represented. So that is awesome. Annette says she's all ready for the workshop. Yay. Yeah, it is. We're going to have a lot of fun. It is going to be a lot of fun. I would guesstimate, I don't know how long we'll be live, but I would guesstimate maybe an hour to an hour and a half. We'll try to keep it at an hour and a half. But I do think you're going to really enjoy this project. Okay. Yes, it's going to be so fun. Oh, Susan's here from Colorado. You need to add that to the list, Leanne. Okay. Well, so if you'd like to join me for the Mystery Makers Workshop, I have a team member, Cheryl, I think it's Cheryl over in the chat, and she posted a link to sign up to come and join us. It's going to be a fun thank you event. I'm going to be giving away some prizes during the event. We're just going to have a great time crafting together tonight. Okay. All right. The next thing I want to talk to you about is this. I'm going to pop this up on the screen. Next Wednesday night, October 1st, next Wednesday night, I'm going to have an info night about something we just launched called A Year to Remember. So if you are an avid picture taker, are you constantly taking pictures with your phone, or maybe you use a digital camera? I'm on my phone all the time now. The phone cameras are so good now. So I'm constantly taking pictures. So if you're constantly taking pictures and maybe you want to get them out of your phone and actually do something with them, or if you're already a memory keeper of sorts or a scrapbooker, I want you to come and join me Wednesday night, October 1st, 7 p.m. I'm going to talk to you about A Year to Remember, and we're going to walk through it and then answer, of course, any questions that you have. And I think I'm going to do a little fun giveaway that night as well. So you can just plan on that happening as well. Okay. So again, just to refresh your memory, Mystery Makers Workshop tonight. Sign up today. It's time. If you haven't signed up yet and you want to come and see what we're making, it's only $1. It is a special $1 thank you event as we celebrate topping 100,000 followers on Facebook. And yes, what we're making is a surprise, but I promise you it is cute and it is functional. Okay. It'll be functional. Any crafter, maker, journaler, whatever you are, you're going to like it. Okay. You're going to be able to use it in your room. All right. And then next Wednesday night, October 1st, info night for A Year to Remember. Okay. Both of those things will be happening. All right. Well, let's get to what we're here to do today for Craft and Chat. So let me kind of move some things around here with my cameras. How are you? Everybody doing good? Lots of people out there watching today. Welcome. If it's your first time to my page, I'm happy you're here. Hi and welcome. So today I'm gonna, as we all know, there's something that happens in October, and it's called Halloween. Now, I sometimes people, not everybody celebrates Halloween. Let me tell you what my family does. My family celebrates costumes and candy. That's all Halloween really is to us. It's a chance for the kids to dress up in costumes. They come over, trick or treat, get candy. And it's just a fun time of, I consider it more a fun time of just creativity. They get creative in what they want to be and how they want to dress up and all the things. And then, of course, candy. Candy has to be included in that. So I always take pictures, lots of pictures at Halloween. I always love to do little treats or treat packaging or just fun little things, that I can give them as they come over to trick or treat, my grandkids. Even I like to dress up. Yes, even me. Something about dressing up is just fun. Okay. It's just really, really fun. So I want to show you a couple different things today on how you can incorporate napkins into your paper crafting. And I'm going to share a couple of bundles that we have available to the public. Okay. These aren't just for Napkin Club members. These are available to the public. And the first one that I know I'm going to use, because the second, I've been wanting to make something with these for a while. I wanted to make a layout. I also want to make a cute little treat thing. So it's these, and these it's called Halloween Fun, but it is mainly shaped napkins. Okay. Mainly shaped napkins, and shaped napkins are, they're more expensive to buy. So there's less of them in this pack, but they're awesome. They're awesome. So look how cute this little treat bag is. And I'm going to kind of open this up so you can see. Not only do you have this treat bag, you actually, I think there's enough here for, I can't remember. Yeah. Okay. So it's 4. We've got 4 little treat bags here. Look how cute the little bats and the moon are. Little black kitty cat face. I have a grand kitty, Maddie's kitten. She's not a kitten anymore. She's a cat, but her name's Millie, and she's black. And so, yeah, I think that's really cute. We've got this one. So cute. This little scalloped one. There's a little ghost on there. Boo. And then we threw this one in too because it's the pink version of candy corn. And it's just super cute for like a background or something. It's just really, really cute. So this is the shaped napkin pack. And then we also have a value pack. The value pack are napkins that we've featured in the past. And we just have kind of random ones that we just pulled together to make a value pack. You guys, these packs are $5. Okay. So we have the value pack. There's some really cute Halloween ones in here. I don't do anything creepy. I don't do scary. The only Halloween I ever do is cute, like cute Halloween. So if you're looking for creepy, scary, I'm not your girl. Okay. So yeah. So I want to refresh your memory today. Some of you that follow me consistently, or you're a member of the Napkin Club, you've seen me do this before, but it's always good to have a refresher. We're going to do what my favorite method is, my favorite technique for paper crafting with napkin art is the iron-on method. It's the iron-on method. So I'm using just a regular sheet of white cardstock today. This is a 12 by 12 because I can fit more napkin images on it. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my screen. I'm going to make me small and my screen bigger. Okay. When I'm paper crafting with napkins, I like to use Mod Podge. This is the yellow label. Love to use Mod Podge with paper. And the yellow label is matte, especially like the matte with paper. It has kind of a satiny, smooth finish when it's done, and it doesn't feel like sticky or tacky or anything like that. So the first thing we're going to do, all right, the first thing you got an email confirmation, but no instructions. Do you mean the supply list and the class link, Melinda? Okay, Cheryl, if you'll write her name down, let's double check her email. And then I'll be emailing everyone out again this afternoon. I'm emailing the whole entire list every time. So, all right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my Mod Podge, and I'm just going to put it all over this whole entire sheet of cardstock. And I'm on top of a craft mat, and the craft mat I'm on top of, just so you know, is heat resistant because we're going to do the iron-on method. This cardstock I'm using actually has a little bit of texture to it, like kind of like a linen weave on one side and it's smooth on the other. I'm actually using the linen weave side because it's kind of fun sometimes to see the texture coming through your napkins. So we just want to make sure that we get a nice coverage over this whole thing. Don't miss any spots. And usually I can kind of see with the reflection of the lights, you know, that I've got everything covered. And then we're going to let this dry. So I'm literally just going to set this over to the side and I'm going to let it dry. I could use my heat gun on it. Okay, I could use my heat gun on it, my heat tool, but I'm going to let it dry and I'm going to work on my napkins just a little bit here for a second. So let me find a spot. There we go. Now, one thing you also should know is that paper curls when it gets wet. That's just what paper does. It wants to kind of, you know, get wavy and kind of curl. It's going to be just fine because, again, we're going to iron it all down nice and smooth. Okay. Valerie, yeah, it depends on when you signed up, Valerie, but I've been emailing. I think the last time I emailed the whole list was Wednesday. I emailed Monday and Wednesday. I bet it's going to your promotions maybe or your spam. I will email it again. Okay. I'll email again this afternoon. All right. So I know for a fact that I want to do this one. I know I want to do all of these shaped ones. And then there was one in here that I really love that I want to use as well. One or two. I like this boo. I think they're right up here at the top, if I remember correctly. This boo and this one. Look how cute that is. All treats, no tricks. Isn't that cute? And I thought the boo was cute too. So I like those, but there's some really cute ones in here and some cute companions. Look at the little puppy dogs. This is probably the scariest one in here. Just that one right there. Happy Halloween. Another really good companion. Halloween donuts. Anyone? Black cat. Look at that one. That one's really cute. There's several really cute ones in the value pack. Okay. So I'm going to do a little bit of cutting just to get myself ready while my Mod Podge is drying. I thought this would be really cute. This could be really cute as on treat packaging. I think I might use this on, I'm going to make a layout as well. So this could be cute. I've cut a couple of these. I'll use a couple of these. Well, I don't know if I can't get all this on one sheet, so I may have to Mod Podge another sheet. that one. Okay, now when it comes to your shaped napkins, I'll just show you how these open up. They open up like that. This is one it's only got this one image on it right here, which is the moon. It's a bummer when you get a napkin like that when it's the image isn't on all the squares, but at least we get one. All the rest of them have them on the other parts and pieces, other squares. So kitty cat, let's see how it opens up like this. 4 kitty cats. So I'm just kind of cutting myself out some pieces here. This one I want to do 2 on. I want to show y'all, there's some really cute things that you can do for packaging, for your treat packaging. Really cute. I don't have to do much cutting with those, which is nice. Okay, so now I want this one. In fact, I think I might do the treat packaging first. All right, so again, just cutting these. That's all I'm doing. Okay, I want to use 2 of those for treat packaging. And then I may use one of these on my layout. Okay. Okay. All right, let me bring back this sheet. And let's go ahead and dry this one. All right, and I'm going to make myself small again, okay? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this Mod Podge. And as the paper dries, it will flatten more. So this is just cardstock like I would use for a layout, for scrapbooking layout. 12 by 12. Just using it because it's bigger. But you could use any kind of cardstock. I like using white for napkin art just because it makes the colors really pop underneath the tissue. But you could use scrap paper. You could use any kind of paper or any kind of cardstock that you want. Okay, so now I can tell that that is nice and dry. So let's go ahead. We have to take the plies off. So I usually just do my lick and stick method for this. If you prefer to put a little dot of Mod Podge on your finger and tap it back and forth till it feels sticky, you can do that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do 2 sheets to show you what I want to show you today. Come on. Oh, so cute. So I'm going to be cutting these out, and then I'm turning them basically into paper embellishments, right? Okay, that one all came off. So I'm going to find the best way that I can to fit as much as I can on a sheet. Let's see if I can fit one more of these. Sometimes I get lucky and the flies come off at the same time. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to I'll save that because those are nice and square. I should be able to get those all on one piece. This is also a great thing to do with your napkin scraps. And then you just turn them into basically paper embellishments, right? That you could use with your card making, tags, banners, scrapbooking, all the things. So I'm going to bring this one up here. See if we can make this work. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's do this arrangement for this one. And what I'm going to use is a piece of parchment paper. So I use my craft iron for lots of things. So I like to always have a sheet of parchment paper on top of anything I'm going to iron. And if anything moves, of course, I'll fix that. Let me put my scissors on top of that. Just need another little piece here since this is a bigger piece of cardstock. Okay, and again, as I mentioned, I am on top of a heat-resistant craft mat. That's important to note. Okay, I think we're ready. So I have my iron over here. This is my little Aliso iron. I love it. It's a mini, and it's just perfect for crafting. So I'm going to take my iron now and just go over everything. It's on its highest, hottest setting. And what's going to happen is it's going to reactivate the Mod Podge. Okay, it's going to reactivate the Mod Podge. And then it's because I'm putting down a lot of pressure, it's going to really push the tissue down into the grain of the paper. And these are going to become just like paper embellishments. Very easy to do. This is my favorite way to do it. There are lots of different ways that you can add napkins to paper, but this by far is my favorite way. It comes out great every single time. Everything's nice and flat because you've ironed it down really good and smooth. Works really well. All right, let's peel this back off. We can reuse that in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead now and Mod Podge a second piece of paper, but I just want you to see, I mean, it is like it's on there, like it is a part of the paper. I can even see some of the texture coming through from the cardstock. So yeah, it's very, very cute. Okay, so slide that up out of the way. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and apply some Mod Podge to a second piece of paper. Just regular cardstock. You can use smooth or textured. Really, either side is fine. Just know if it's embossed paper, it's going to be a little different because you're ironing it down. It's one thing to have texture on your paper, like mine has kind of like a linen weave versus embossed. Embossed is where you have a raised design. I don't think I would put it on a raised design. So I would say smooth or textured is fine. I don't know that your napkin art would, I just don't know how it would look on something that was embossed. I guess it just depends. I'm all for experimenting though. Okay, so again, we just want to make sure we get it everywhere. Nice coverage everywhere. I see a couple little spots that I've missed. All right, I think that's good. So now I'm going to come in with the little treat bags here. Just kind of laying them down into it. The iron will press everything out really nicely. All right, I think I'll just go with these for now. I know I have this other boo, but let's just go with this for now. Okay, now I did want to show you this really quickly. Did you see how this time I did not let it dry? Okay, I want to show you the difference. Okay, if you let the Mod Podge dry, you're going to have much less chance of wrinkles and crinkles. Okay, if you put your napkin art down while it's wet, just like I did right here, sometimes you get a good, sometimes it works out in your favor, but not always. Okay, so there are times when I get moving and I just don't want to wait. I get kind of tired of waiting. So this is what I'll do for my bottom coat to dry. I just kind of come in with my, again, with my parchment paper and try to smooth this out a little bit with my hand. I can see I got a little lift right there. All right. So I just try to smooth it out with my hand a little bit. And that will help if you don't want to wait for the Mod Podge to completely dry. So just a little time saver. It just depends on, how much time you have and what's going on. And now I'm going to come back again and go over this with my iron. You do have a higher chance for some wrinkles, some creases. Little wrinkles and creases when you put it on while the Mod Podge is wet. So that is important just to know. But sometimes time is of the essence if you're crafting a bunch of little things or trying to get some things done. I'm usually, when I'm trying to get treat type things done, I'm in a hurry. So, yeah. All right. So again, we're going to peel this right off. Oh, I didn't do too bad. Not too bad. Okay. So I'm going to show you the difference. I'll show this up to you up close. Okay. So can you kind of see, do you see these little wrinkles? There's a few little wrinkles in that treat bag. You can kind of see them right in here. Over here. You can kind of see some right over here. You don't normally get that if you'll wait. Okay. If you'll wait and let the Mod Podge dry on the bottom coat before you do your ironing. Okay. Yes. So it's just, sometimes it's okay. It just depends, right? It just depends if you're in a hurry, and that doesn't bother you too much to know it's going to have might have a few little creases or something in it. So anyway, just thought that somebody out there might want to see that. Okay. Yes. All right. So next I'm going to start cutting out, and I'm going to cut this one out first. And let me tell you something else. Normally, if I am paper crafting, I don't always do a top coat on my napkins. Okay. I just don't always do a top coat. on my napkin art. If it's for a paper craft, or if it's going to go on, on a layout, something that's going to go, be protected anyway, a card, whatever that is, right? Whatever that is. If I think I'm going to do more stuff to it, like, for instance, if I think I'm going to do pen work, if I think I'm going to do inking, or I don't know, just any other kind of artsy kind of thing to it, then I will need to come back in and do a light, just a really light top coat of a light, thin, even top coat of Mod Podge on top of it. And you don't ever want to do that while with the iron-on method. You don't ever want to do that while the paper is still warm. You want to wait until the paper is completely cooled off. And then I'm going to start cutting these out. I like leaving a little bit of the, I call this a bubble cut. I like leaving a little bit of the background around the image as I cut them out. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to make with some of this stuff. I have a couple of different ideas for us. This one I'm going to cut right along the orange edge since it's nice and straight. You can still add stickles, like I could still add stickles, something like that. It's more something that's going to be absorbed into the napkin, right? If that makes sense. That's the kind of stuff you have to be careful of if you're not putting on a top coat. I've done some really cute decor projects with these napkins. I'll have to share some of those pictures with you, but I thought it would be fun to paper craft today. Cute little kitty. So tell me in the comments while I'm cutting here, tell me in the comments how many of you are paper crafters? How many of you love to do any kind of paper crafting? And then tell me what kind of paper crafting you want to do. Barbara, you said so no pit pen. I can use a pit pen, but if I'm going to, I probably should top coat, put a top coat of sealer on it. If I use a pit pen on the napkin without it being sealed, my ink will be kind of fuzzy because the napkin tries to absorb it. Okay, so the ink will be nice and crisp if I put a top coat on it and let that dry, just a thin coat over the top. So I don't know why everybody is not getting their emails for the Mystery Maker event. I will email everybody again today. Please make sure that you're checking your spam, your promotions, all those other places that emails could possibly go. I will email the list out again this afternoon. I've been emailing it every week, and this week I even emailed it on Monday and Wednesday. So I'll email it out again this afternoon. Oh, so cute. Okay, so this one's feeling nice and dry now, nice and cool. Phyllis is getting the emails. Okay, all right, well. Hopefully, if for some reason you just can't find it, I will share the supply list tonight in the class if you want to just come and watch. watch how we put things, how I make what I'm making. Almost slipped there. I almost slipped and shared. It is a mystery. You guys don't try to trick me. But definitely check all the places. Trash, junk, spam, whatever your email calls it. So again, just kind of bubble cutting around this fun little treat bag here. All right, this will give me plenty to work with for now. Now, any of this scrap that we have over here, this is stuff that you can just cut into usable pieces. It already has the Mod Podge on it, right? It's already dried, already on there. So I could use that for other smaller pieces. And the other thing that's kind of fun about the iron-on method, this is especially good for those of you that are avid, like maybe you like to make tags for junk journals or your Bible journaling, or maybe you like to do cards if you're a big card maker. I go ahead and create like the card fronts or the tags ahead of time. I'll get them all cut out. Or if you have a die cut for tags or whatever. And then I just spend a lot of time. Well, it doesn't really take that long, but I just coat them all. Usually before I go to bed, I'll give them all a coat of Mod Podge, and I just leave them out on my table to dry overnight. Once they're dry, you can just stack them up. And so I keep a stack of them on my table. So as I have leftover napkin art pieces, or, I need a quick card, I just or a tag, I just then, that part's already done. So I can go in, add my napkin art with my iron, pop the card front onto a folded piece of colored cardstock, whatever complements the napkin art, and I have a card made. Or I can put a to and a from really quickly on the tag, and I have a tag for a gift bag. So for me, it's a great way to use up kind of the random leftover bits and pieces. And yeah, I can just have a whole stack just ready and waiting to go. Already dried, Mod Podge already dried. It's really nice and convenient. Okay. All right. So let me scoot that over here, and I'm going to go ahead and turn my iron off. We're done with this part. Okay. Okay, so first thing I want to show you is treat packaging. Treat packaging, especially, if you're just getting together, some fun Halloween candy or whatever it is that you want to treat, maybe put little treats on your coworkers' desks, or maybe something a little special to give the grandkids when they come over in their costumes, or anything like that. I want to show you, I just think these are perfect for little treat packaging. So I'm going to take two of the Halloween, the little candy buckets here. And then I'm also going to do this with the two bigger boo bags. Okay. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually create a little container. Now you could, if you had little treat packaging, like how they make the little glassine bags for cookies, and any kind of little bags that you could pick up, you could literally just glue these on each side of the bag, right? Each side of the bag, right? And then you've got a nice fun little treat bag. These are big enough that you could actually, even just attach them on the sides, right? Kind of all the way around the sides and just have them be open like that. But I want to show you something a little bit different. Okay. It's really not hard to do. They are not hard to make. So let's do it. Okay, let's see. What color do I want to use? I think I'm going to use, let's use black. Okay, so I'm going to take a piece of black paper here, and you guys, just for purposes of today, I'm just cutting this out with my scissors. You, of course, could use your paper trimmer or whatever, right? Something like that. So one thing I know I'm going to do here is just kind of create a square. So let me just start with a square. And, you know, your square is going to kind of change depending on whatever size, you know, the actual size that you need. Okay, can you see the little square right here? Yeah, okay. Okay, so this could be any size square. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and just cut myself a little slit. I'll give you a measurement on these here in just a second. Okay, so there's a little slit. Let me actually measure this. I have a ruler right here. So roughly this is about 6.5 inch square. Well, it's definitely not square. Hang on. Let me make this square. This is why you should use your paper trimmer. Use your paper trimmer next time. All right, so I'm going to bring this in a little bit and this in a little bit. Okay, so now I have a 6-inch square. Okay, I have a 6-inch square. I would say to cut in at least an inch. Okay, we're going to say an inch. I cut in some of these a little bit longer than that. That's okay. And because I recut this one, I have 2 pieces over here. And then I'm just going to fold where I cut. So 6-inch square, about an inch coming in for this little fold. Okay. Now you can fold this back out. Oops. Let me take off this little sticker here. And then my next fold is going to be at an inch, just kind of going straight across. We're just making a little, kind of like a little box. This is just to kind of show you the folds. Next time I'll score it and all the stuff. Okay, so I have my slit right on each end here. Okay, so I'm going to bring this cut part inside. Can you tell? So this cut part is going to go on the inside. This one's going to go on the inside. Do you see how that makes us a little container here? So once this is all glued together, now we've got a little container. Okay. So anytime, it just depends on the shape that you want. This was with the square. Obviously, we can make this taller. If it's a rectangle, we can make it much taller. It's just all you really need is the little slit, okay, to go in and pretty much make a container out of anything. Okay, just having that little slit on the corner, making sure that they're all kind of evened out where they need to be. Okay, so this was just to kind of show the concept. Now I'm going to actually use my ruler here. And I'm going to mark this at about 4 inches. Okay, so 4 inches, just making myself a little mark here, a little registration mark. So I'm going to cut a 4 by 12 inch strip. You would use your paper trimmer. I just don't, honestly, right now, I don't have room for my paper trimmer on my table, which is terrible. Okay, so there's my 4 inch strip. Now I'm going to, let's go ahead and mark this. Let's say I'm going to mark this at 5 inches. Okay, and 7 inches. Okay, so that way I know I have 5 inches from here to here. I have 5 inches from here to here, and I have 2 inches in the middle. Okay, 5, 2, 5, which equals the 12. Let's draw a line there. Let's draw a line here. I've got another scrap piece of black right here. This one, I'm going to go ahead and make this one. Let's make this one. Let's go ahead and just make it the 2 inches. This is just another way to come in and make yourself a little container. Actually, yeah, 2 inches should be fine. We'll just have it sit right inside of this one. So a couple little registration marks. So if you really want to, have something bigger that you could actually fill, and I think the boo bag is really cute for this. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways. All right. How many of you have washi tape in your stash? Because this is really quite easy. How many of you have washi tape in your stash? You know what washi tape is? Do we know what that is? Okay, so remember this is our 5 inch mark right here. This is 2 inches now, and I have my little 2 inch. You can kind of sort of see it there. Can you see it? Let's go ahead and fold this. I'll make it a little easier to see. I kind of like to fold things both ways. It just makes it a little easier. So see how this is going to stand up? Okay. Let's just, so you can get the full image here. You see how this can stand up? So we're essentially going to turn this into a treat bag. Okay. Kind of cute, right? All right. So this is going to be a little bit shorter. I'm going to have to make these a little bit shorter, which is okay. All right. So I'm going to, again, just kind of measure this out, making sure my 6 inch is kind of right there in the middle. We'll trim the top of this anyway. Okay, 6 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and just use hot glue for this. And I'm going to put my hot glue down. You can flip it over, fold it this way, fold it this way. So this would probably be easier, I think. Then it just depends on the type of container that you want to make. So once this goes up, you're going to see that these go kind of to the side, just like this. It's okay if your sides are a little bit shorter than your top. It was just kind of easy to work with a 12 inch piece of paper. So if you want it to be the same, it really doesn't matter. This is just going to give us more room to attach to the treat bag itself. Okay. So now then, how can I put this together? If I don't want to mess with having to cut those folds and all of that, we can actually use some washi tape. Okay. So washi tape is something I think a lot of us as crafters have in our stash, and we just don't use it. We just don't use it enough. I think we think about it and we love collecting it, but we need to start using it. So I'm going to use this color just because it's orange and, you know, Halloween, orange and black, really cute. So all I'm going to do is cut myself a little strip here. I'm going to cut it straight at the top. And I'm going to use this like a hinge. So I'm going to put it half on, half off. We can always come back in and trim it up. Okay, so kind of half on, half off this little section right here. Just tear it for now. Okay, can you see that? Half on, half off. I'm going to raise this up and just attach it. It's just going to become my hinge. Perfect. Now, sometimes I have this issue with my washi tape, and you might too. If it's close to the top and you've had it for a while, sometimes it just doesn't feel like it's sticking very well. And that has happened to me some. And I found that sometimes what it is if it's a roll of tape that I've had for a while, when I pull it off, it's not as sticky until I get to like the next round of it. So if that happens, just kind of tear off, maybe go around the roll a bit and tear it. You can also always come back and even use a little bit of glue behind it if you need to, anything like that. And then I'm just going to cut away any of the excess here. So my part that doesn't want to stick seems to be this part, and this was the part that I just started pulling. So I'm just going to run just a little tiny bit of hot glue underneath that. So if you ever need to do that, I mean, it's going to be just fine. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay. This could even be ribbon. If you want it to be ribbon, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. We'll see if this side holds better. But it just seems like I guess maybe the air gets to it when it's closer to the outside of the roll. But it seems like the further I go into the roll, the stickier it is. Okay, this side's doing good. I don't know why that is. I guess just, my guess is just the air. And just push that down. And of course, the more you handle it, it gets the oils and stuff from your fingers. And I don't really worry too much about taking that extra piece off because I have so much washi tape. Like, it's going to take me forever to use it all anyway. So if that happens to you, just take some of it off. And then it will, because that's what happened with this, and now it's sticking so much better. All right, just one more side to do. So great idea to use the washi tape kind of as your hinge if you have a lot of washi tape. I also think these could be really cute as cards, like a card front and back. If you didn't want to mess with a treat bag, it could be really cute as well. Okay, that first piece, I'm going to have to put a little more glue right there, just on the top and the bottom. But my other pieces seem to be holding well. Okay, so I'm done, right? You can see how now I have my little container here. All good to go. So now I'm going to go ahead and attach my pieces here. And again, I'm using hot glue just for today because it's just fast and it grabs easily. You could easily also use your Scotch tacky glue. That's nice to use as well. But for me, for today, I'm just going to go ahead and use my hot glue. It's going to kind of sandwich in here. And then I'm going to line this up from the bottom. Okay, so I kind of have it lined up right here along the bottom. You stick your hand inside. Oh, so cute. A fun little treat bag. Now, if you wanted to, we could have kind of cut through some of the handle part right here, this part right here, but I'm not going to. I think it's going to be cute just like this. If I want to put in a little bit of crinkled paper, gift tissue, or if I just want to fill it with candy, I can put a little cute little name on there, a little name tag or something, and I'm good to go. And again, I'm going to put my hand inside. Look how cute that is. Isn't that cute? So I just made myself a fun little treat container. I wouldn't make these for just everybody, but somebody special that you just want to fill it up. Something special, again, because it looks like a treat bag. We could easily just make a cute little tag, a little to and from tag. You guys have seen you've probably seen at Halloween a lot of times say people will move containers around and say, I've been booed, right? There's a little poem that goes with it. I've been booed. So you fill it with treats. You give it to someone, you boo someone, they take the treats out, they enjoy the treats, they fill it back up with something else, and then they boo someone else. And so the little boo bag goes around to all different people. It's a fun thing to do within, an office or with neighbors or just anybody. It's just really kind of a fun thing. Okay, so now I have my little boo bag. If I did want to have a little handle on here, I could have a handle. I also could do this. I could just punch a hole, right? I could punch a hole right here in the top and actually run some ribbon through and just tie ribbon at the top. So then it looks like it actually looks like it's held closed. Okay, so that was super easy using washi tape, really not hard. That's an easy way to do it. Okay. So let's talk about this guy right here. And again, I think it all just depends. Like I did 5 inches and 2 inches. Those were my measurements for this bag. You would just kind of have to measure out what you need, for depending on what napkin or whatever you're using. So let's talk about the idea of just the pocket, right? Just an actual pocket, like maybe you want to slip a cookie or something inside or something like that. If I was going to make this one into more of a pocket, I'm going to use this orange cardstock right here. I would have to decide, okay, about how big does my pocket need to be for this cute, adorable little jack-o'-lantern. I'm going to say, like right now, the jack-o'-lantern itself is about 4.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to make the pocket a little bit smaller than that. So I think I'm going to do 4 inches, just a 4-inch. So this will just be a folded pocket, nothing fancy. Okay, nothing fancy. This is just, again, more like just a regular pocket. So let me mark this. I know I'm doing my paper crafting old school way here, aren't I? Am I not using my my paper trimmer, my cutter. So let's just mark that. And I really just need this to be, I'm going to say about 8 inches. We'll just make it 8 inches right there. Square that up. Okay. Maybe you want to put, you know, I don't know, a little bag of M&Ms or some of the little miniature candy bars or something like that. So right now this is 4 by 8. I'm literally just going to fold it up on itself. Okay, just fold it up on itself. Easy, easy, easy breezy. All right, so if I'm attaching this to this side and this side, I'm going to go ahead and let me see if these are symmetrical. Oh, they're very close. Okay, very, very close. Okay, on this one, I think you could very easily come in here and cut this part out. So let's do that really quick. Or you could even cut the handle off altogether and make it a ribbon handle. I'm just going to puncture my scissors in here. There we go. This one is easier to cut out than the treat bag one. So it could have actually be just cut out like that. Yeah, fun little boo thing. Okay, so I'm going to lay my, actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue it. I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. And again, I'm just going to use hot glue for this. I don't think most people keep their treat packaging, so I just don't think you have to go through, you know, a ton of work for these things. So do you see how my square is kind of sticking out here along the edges? There's even a little bit of hot glue there. Okay, I'm going to go in and round this out. So it's going to be more shaped like the jack-o'-lantern on all the sides. Okay, so it could be double-sided. I don't guess it has to be double-sided. If you were just sliding something in there, maybe you want to slide in, I don't know what you want to slide in there. Like I said, it could be a package of M&Ms or, you know, whatever you want, whatever. So if you wanted to, the pocket could actually just go together right here, okay? But I think it's so cute when things look double-sided, right? When they look double-sided, really cute. So let me go ahead and take out this part of my handle here. So just a couple fun ways, again, to kind of create your own little treat packaging. And like I said, if you don't want to mess with the build out, go buy those little pockets, right? They're usually on the baking aisle. Whether it be like the cake decorating aisle, you know, in the craft stores, stuff like that. They'll have little cellophane bags, glassine bags that you could use, and even little small bags. They have all different sizes of bags that you could just actually put your napkin art, your paper crafted napkin art that you could just glue to the sides. All right, so now let's glue this one in place. And so this one's more of a pocket. It's not really a container. It's a pocket that you could easily slide something down into, a candy bar, just something cute. So all I'm going to do now, this is what kind of holds it all together. All I'm going to do now is just put a little bit of glue right here along this edge. edge and this edge. Nice thin. I have a precision tip on my glue gun, so it's very thin. I can really control my glue very well. Wish I had some treats here. We'll just have to pretend. Okay, and then after that's glued, if you will just, I'll put my scissors in here. That'll be a good one. I'll put my scissors in here. I'm going to take my scissor handle. Well, that's too thick. I need something smaller. Here, let's do these. I'm going to put my scissors in here. And this just kind of helps to shape it, right? Just kind of shape the paper. But now I've got a nice little pocket, right? I can easily put, again, suckers. I'm trying to think of something that's thinner, right? Suckers, candy bar. I don't know. Maybe you want to give somebody a Starbucks gift card, a coffee gift card. They can go get their favorite pumpkin spice latte. But it's open enough, okay? When you kind of squeeze it like this, it opens enough you could easily get a little bag of candy, you know, just something in there, candy bar, something in there. And I think that's cute too. And again, of course, you can continue to embellish, right? You can add, I'll probably add some cute ribbon on this, a cute little name tag, anything that you want to. So this would be like a big candy container, right? And then this is just the fun little pocket. We can just kind of, we'll pretend. What is something I have here that I can pretend? I'm going to pretend like this chalk ink is a package of candy. Okay. See, and that's pretty thick. Okay. So you can fit something cute in there, something fun in there as well. Okay. All right. So now you kind of have the pocket idea. You have the container idea, and then the little box idea, what that could be good for. Again, you'd want to make the sides taller. You just cut in more, but really you just need again, you're just cutting those slits and making folds to kind of make the corners connect. If you don't want to mess with that though, that's when your washi tape really comes into play. Washi tape, ribbon, could even be a wider ribbon, you know, on both sides to kind of make the hinge here, but these are really easy to make, especially with your washi tape. Okay. All right. So a couple fun things, right? Fun little treat packaging, something to think about. Let's do something else. Let's do something else real quick. So another thing that I love to do is I'm a memory keeper. I love to scrapbook. And I like to use my napkins with my scrapbooking. And I'm just like, why not? They're so cute and they're so fun. So this time I'm going to bring back my white cardstock and I'm going to make my screen solo for a minute. And I'm just going to show you how cute and adorable this can be for, I usually do a double layout because I got a lot of grandkids. I take a lot of pictures. I love taking pictures. Of them. They're all just so cute and sweet. So I'm going to start with some scrapbook paper. And I've got a few pieces here. Look how cute this scrapbooking paper is. Isn't that darling? Here's some little polka dots. And a few different colors here. And you really don't need that much paper, especially with these shaped napkins, because they're fairly large, right? Plus we want to have room for our pictures. I'm just cutting off the barcode strip on this piece. So I'm going to start off by just putting this piece kind of right across the middle here. And I like to use my Scotch tacky glue when I'm scrapbooking because it is acid free. I got really tired of using tape runners because they were just running out so quickly and I was constantly having to get refills. And then also I found when I was going back, because sometimes I'll make layouts ahead of time and I'll go back to put pictures on them. I found that my stuff was falling off. My stuff was falling apart and it was falling off. And I just didn't like that. I don't like that. I want my stuff to stay on. And so by using Scotch Tacky Glue, I never have to repair anything. Things always seem to hold really, really well. I think I'm going to put this dot over here. These two papers are from the same collection, so they go together nicely. So just adding a little bit of pattern, right? Having a little bit of pattern going on here. Now, let's look at this. So I have my all treats, no tricks. So that could be kind of like the title card. I also have the moon. I really like the moon here. Let's put our moon and our bats. Where do I want to put them? You know what? I think I'm going to switch places. I'm going to switch places. I'm going to put my moon with my bats right there. I like it against the polka dot. I think that looks really cute. I could even have this here. All treats, no tricks. Now, for this guy, it's kind of big, right? But I could use this again as just a normal treat container. I could also, if I wanted to, I could make my little kitty cat look like it's kind of looking behind the paper. But I did this on another project and I really loved it. I actually positioned the kitty cat so it looked like it was coming out of the jack-o'-lantern. And it was just so cute. So I'm going to do that again. And I'm just going to use, again, some hot glue here. Hot glue just grabs really fast. Yeah, I do use hot glue on my layouts sometimes, not on the photo parts. I want this kitty cat looking like he's dressed up like a jack-o'-lantern or he's just popping out of a jack-o'-lantern here. How cute is that? Isn't that cute? So cute. Now, something else I like to use when I'm scrapbooking is pop dots. I like to pop things up, but I'm going to look at my pattern paper here and see if I have another pattern here. I think I'm going to throw in a little more pattern. So I have this piece. Now, something else that's fun to do with your paper is just to tear it. And if you tear your paper towards you, you get the white core edge of the paper. See that? I like that. I think that looks good. So let's maybe stick a piece of that there. And then I'm going to tear it again because, again, I'm going to tear this piece off because I want this white kind of core paper here. Just that torn edge. Let me cut off my barcode strip again. So now I have a pattern paper that kind of marries the two pages together, right? Kind of makes them look like the two pages need to go together. So I'm kind of thinking this one might look good down here, down low. Do you guys like that? So I'm going to have a really unique layout. Using some of my patterned papers here. And my napkins. Back in the summer, we have a group called the Page Builders Clubhouse that is all about, it's a community all about scrapbooking. And I create layouts in there and page builder guides and design printables and color combos, all kinds of things to make your layouts come together really quickly and easily. And back in the summer, we did a summer scrap camp, and one of our summer scrap activities was napkin art. It was napkin art, and oh my gosh, it was so fun. We had such a good time showing everyone how they could incorporate their napkins into their background pages or make embellishments from them. So much fun. I'm going to use a double-sided foam tape here to pop up some things on my layout. I like having a little dimension. So I'm using this one as kind of my title card. All treats, no tricks. So this is sticky on both sides. But anyway, it was so much fun. And I thought, in fact, I went into the Page Builders Clubhouse this morning and I was like, come watch Craft and Chat. We're using napkins on paper for paper crafting. It really is so fun. And think about it. Like if you are a scrapbooker, think how cool it would be to be able to scrapbook, like maybe from a birthday party, and you use some of the napkins that were at the birthday party or a baby shower or even a wedding, right? There's lots of ways that you can go in. So I'm going to put my little title card right here. That looks cute. And then I'm going to pop up the moon as well. So this is just double-sided foam tape. Some of you have pop dots that are like circles, squares. Same kind of thing. I just like being able to cut it the size I want it, the size I want it to be. And I usually put a little bit of glue on the back of these. Again, because I don't want them to dry out over time. I don't want to have to repair my layouts. So today I didn't put any on my background paper. I'm just using these as large embellishments. Let's put our moon there. Cute, cute, cute. All right. So let me go ahead and I already have some photo mats here already cut to make this easy. It's cute, kind of going under. You can kind of have fun, kind of collage them in a way. So let's put this one down flat. And usually if I have photo mats that are kind of overlapping each other a little bit, like corners, overlapping a little bit, I like to use the pop dots because then it's very easy for me to go back in and still be able to put on my pictures. I'm going to use this one over here. This one's a little thinner. So tell me in the comments, did you enjoy getting a refresher on the iron-on method? Yeah. Let me know. I'm curious. I hope you did. It is my favorite way to napkinize paper. And napkinize is my word for anything we alter with a napkin. Because once it becomes paper, we can do so many things with it. We can do so many things with it. So I'm just going to kind of pull this up. I kind of like it when things overlap a little. Cute, cute, cute. And then this one can go here. So if you're interested in learning more about memory keeping, scrapbooking, like I said, we have page builder guides for all of our layouts that give you all the cutting dimensions, even simple instructions, how to put things together. I'd love for you to check out the Page Builders Clubhouse. And then also, if you're at all interested in learning more about napkin art and napkinizing things, we actually have just a few. Actually, you know what? Let's go this way. Ooh, that's cute. Okay, I like that. Let's go this way with this one. That's cute. So I can print 3x4s very easily. I have a little selfie printer, so I can print my layouts print my photos really easily. I love using 3x4s. This is a 4x6. But we do have, sorry, I digress. Sorry, I got caught up in changing that. We do have a couple spots, a few spots open in the Napkin Club right now. It's a handful, maybe 10 or so, something like that we're filling for October. So if you would like to come join us in the Napkin Club, we have that group open as well. Okay, so let's see. What do I want to do here? I kind of like the idea of going this way. Now, to me, photo mounts they're merely a suggestion. You can use your photo mounts in any way that you want to. It is totally up to you, however you'd like to use them. Kind of thinking I'll do something kind of like that. Aw, I think that's pretty cute. What do you guys think? I could come in with another one here, but I don't know that I really need to. I could always add more pictures kind of up in this area later if I chose to. I don't think I need it. I don't think I need it. So I might leave that one. Or I could come in and add another black one. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it for now. This gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures. And that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good for this one. And so sometimes I like for my interests to collide, and this is definitely one that I like for my interest to collide. I love to use my napkins on my paper crafting. It's just so fun. So I'm going to pop this one up. I'm going to pop this one up. It looks like it's kind of coming out of the pocket there. Actually, I have plenty more room if I do want to do maybe a small strip or something for journaling on. I could do that. I'm definitely going to pop this guy up because it's actually a girl. If I ever see a black cat, I'm going to call her Millie. I have a grand kitty named Millie. She's black. With green eyes. So what else could I do to this layout? Yes, I could add some little journaling spots. I could add ribbon and other embellishments that I have. I could add sparkle, stickle, all the things. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, once I get this part all down, I will come back and I will add some embellishments, and then I'll take pictures for you and post them on my page. So I really like adding in napkin art. This would be a really cute Halloween layout. Super, super cute. All right, let me get these photo mounts down. Sorry, I'm crooked. Having y'all look at it crooked. Isn't it going to be darling? So now you know how I use napkins in my paper crafting. I really do love to use my extras for card making, tags, scrapbooking embellishments, so many things. Yeah, we're just going to make this one look like it's kind of coming right out of this pocket. So this actually could be a really great area for journaling. I think I actually might add, I think I'm going to, y'all. I think I'm going to add a couple more little spots. Well, you can wait and see that later. You've seen now how I use the embellishments. And then I'll finish out my layout because I have some cute little cards. I have some little things I can use for journaling. And I definitely will add some ribbon, all of that fun. And this will just be adorable. I think it's so cute. Isn't it cute? And see how fast that came together? Yeah, because these pieces are kind of big, so I don't need a lot of other stuff, right? I don't need a lot of other things. Okay, so I'll let you just kind of look at that really quickly. I'm going to pop myself back up here on the screen. So again, if I want to come in and add stickles, right? Like I definitely think our moons should sparkle. So I can come in, I can add stickles on top of the napkin. The only thing I have to be careful of is really pen work, like journaling, inking, something that the napkin's going to try to absorb. Okay. So other than that, though, I can come in and I can pounce on stickles and all the things. Okay. But I didn't do a top coat on these, and it's okay. They'll be fine. They're going to wind up in a page protector in an album. So that part will be okay. And even stickling is probably the majority of what I'll do. I can still do pen work too. Just know that it won't be as crisp, right? It'll be kind of fuzzy because the napkin wants to try to absorb it a little bit. So the pen work just won't be quite as crisp. Okay. So let's look again at what we did today. We did this cute little jack-o'-lantern pocket, right? Just a fun little pocket. These are really simple to make, just to put, I don't know, suckers, gift card, package of M&Ms, a candy bar, just something that's not really big, just a small treat. And then this one is our boo bag, right? Our boo bag really turned out cute. Used washi tape for the hinges, so you got to see how I made that, the inside of that. And I'll fuss these up too. I'll be adding some ribbon. I'll be kind of fussing these up a little bit too, just so you can see how cute they are when they're all embellished. So we did treat packaging, treat, big treat sack almost, right? A little boo gift bag, little jack-o'-lantern pocket, and also created a super cute layout. Yes, a super cute layout for those adorable costumed cuties that I know are going to be making their way to my house to show off their costumes and to get some candy. Okay. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to learn more about scrapbooking in general, check out the Page Builders Clubhouse. Also, I just launched something called A Year to Remember. It is a whole year of layouts. It's a layout for each month of the year, plus a cover page and an ending page. You don't have to be a member to receive that. We're selling that to the public, and I'm going to have an info night about that coming up this Wednesday night, Wednesday, October 1st at 7 p.m. Central. I'll talk through the whole thing with you and what all's included. I designed some really adorable printables for that. There's just lots of things I think that you'll enjoy with that series. Page Builders Clubhouse is always open if you want to come and join us and find refreshing new ways to scrapbook your photos and preserve your memories. And then let me pop this up there one more time. Mystery Makers is tonight. Mystery Makers is tonight, 7 p.m. tonight. Over 500 of you have signed up. We would love for you to come and join us. There's still time. Go sign up. I'm going to email you. I guess I'll go ahead and email a couple more times today. I was going to wait till about mid-afternoon to email you again. That will be your class link and also your supply list of what we'll be using. It is a $1 workshop as a thank you for your support of my Facebook page. We did top 100,000 followers. That is all thanks to you. So I just wanted to do a little something fun as a thank you. And that's what this Mystery Makers workshop is. We're going to make something really cute and functional. Okay, cute and functional. It's going to be great for your craft room. Okay, so I'd love for you to come and join us for that as well. We're going to have a great time this evening. So giving prizes away, all kinds of fun. Who knows what could happen? We're going to craft too. Yes, we're going to craft too. It's going to be a really fun night. So come celebrate with us. Come celebrate with us. And I hope that you're inspired. I hope you're inspired to look at napkins in a brand new way. Okay. I hope you enjoyed learning about the iron-on technique. It's my favorite way to napkinize paper. And I hope that you take advantage of getting some of these really cute, super cute Halloween napkin bundles. The shaped bundle and our napkin value pack, $5. Okay, they're $5. All right. So thank you, everybody. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, you can watch it later, Christina. If you can't watch tonight, the replay will be available for about 30 days. Okay. We'll probably leave it up through the end of October. All right. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight or coming today. That's not night yet. Thank you for watching today. You guys have an awesome, awesome weekend, and hope to see a lot of you tonight. All right. Bye, everyone.